what's up? Today we are visiting a friend of mine, actually, somebody who reached out on social media about, how long ago was it? 6 months ago or a year?
Yeah, we've been open for about 6 months. So.
Been open for about a year ago. He reached out to me saying that he had taken this place here in Business Bay. So he has this location and this location, and he just jumped into the deep end and took the business on from Damac. With zero knowledge of how to start a restaurant or what to do. So he had obviously seen a video on social media and reached out, and we're 6 months in, and it's just amazing to see how far he's come and what he's done with the space, which is super cool. So they have the kitchen over there, which I'll show you, and then here they kind of have like the full bar area, and he's essentially he lived on the second floor up there. He was looking for a business opportunity and saw this, approached them, asked them for it, and the rest is history. Just to show you the opportunities that you can fall into your lap when you live in Dubai. And I just love the energy, the fact that everybody's trying to build something, trying to get somewhere in Dubai. And that's a massive game changer, I think, in the mentality when you're around people like that on a regular basis. Same. You have like a set of resources. Yeah, whether that's money, location. So here you had X amount of money, you had a location, you knew what the market was, you knew that there was demand, and then you have to put them all together, and your success is based on how you allocate those resources as efficiently as possible. You know what I mean? So deciding to spend, how much do you spend? 30,000?
You're talking about on the
roughly,
consultants?
Yeah.
20 plus then expenses, so probably like all in all.
Out of how much? So the total amount of money that you had, like that you were going to invest in this place?
All in all, I put about 50 to 60,000 pounds in.
Okay. So what's that in dirhams? 200k dirhams, right?
Yeah, a little bit more than that. About in and around 200,000 dirhams.
And then yeah, a big portion of that was investing in the consultants to create the menu. At the end of the day, that's your product, right? You're selling. So if you're not going to invest in your product and give it the right amount of time and understand the market, then you're not going to succeed. It's impossible.
And you live and you learn, right? Because
what were the 3 key things that you learned? 3 key things.
I'm still learning every day, to be honest with you, because even now I'm looking at my numbers and thinking, hang on, how have I spent £700 to take the truck?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what a waste of money, and you become very, very aware of all those sort of things.
I think one of the key things you have to realize in business is it's not like if you're not in business, you're used to numbers as numerical. So 100 dirhams.
Yeah.
To you, 100 dirhams could be a lot of money. It could be not a lot of money. You know what I mean? And then you start comparing 100 dirhams to what it can buy you. So 100 dirhams can take you on a cab on a night out, let's say. 100 dirhams can buy you 1-2 coffees if you take someone out in Jumeirah.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at a business, everything needs to be percentages. You need to look at everything as a percentage of your revenue. You know what I mean? And that changes your whole perspective.
I'll be honest, 2 months in, I didn't have any idea how much money I made, how much money was in the bank. I didn't have anything, you know?
Yeah.
And then I started to realise, hang on, bloody hell, I need to actually have a spreadsheet with a P&L and all these different things, you know?
Yeah,
but you learn
exactly.
on the job. And then also, listen, it's not easy, right? Because you put a lot of money in, you contract a certain period, you've got a lot of pressure. And also, I live in the building, right? Which sounds cool, but also then, like, if anything goes
basically
tits up,
shit where you eat.
Yeah, exactly. And everything goes tits up, it's on my face, and I live in the building.
Yeah, where do you live? Just up there?
That's where it happened. Like, you see where the chairs are?
Yeah.
Literally, that was my room. And that's why I think it was all destiny, you know?
Yeah, for
I
sure.
then messaged you out of nowhere. A lot of people wouldn't give me the time. If I didn't meet you, I might not have met the food. I probably wouldn't have met the food consultants, right? And then the food we're trying today, God knows what it would taste like, right?
For sure, man.
But
No, it's
everything
good.
in life happens for a reason, right? And I think the most important thing was I badgered at the start to try and get this, like I was relentless. I actually was telling this story to my sister who's not seen it yet. And she was saying, how did you even get this place? And then I was looking, and then after like constant messages and emails, finally they gave me a Zoom call. Guess what happened?
What?
They didn't even turn up to the Zoom call.
Oh shit.
And it would have been like 2 months, so most people would have just given up. But I just thought, and the other thing is, I didn't even, because of this and approvals and the time, and you know, I didn't, in my back of my mind, I just thought, you know what, this is not even gonna happen. I might as well keep trying until, in case it does. But until I finally got the email that it's happening, which is like 25 days before the opening, that's when I started taking it seriously. So I had 25 days to create a menu from scratch, to get products, I don't know anything. Like coffee, I was like, even now I'm feeling so much my coffee. But now I've got where I'm at, and now we can go and redo a lot of the things.
Do you think you could have achieved the same thing in England?
No way.
Why?
And I think about this a lot, right? One thing is, in my opinion, labour out here. From what I've seen, the general assumption I've seen is that you've got to be careful who you hire in any business, in any place in the world. However, in the UAE, I think there's so much, a massive labour, and often people who come to the UAE to come really work hard, work for families back home, etc. And in the UK, I mean, listen, I've grown up in London, and all my life I've spent there. It's just the mentality is different, you know, the cost of labour out there for the value and the quality, I would say.
Yeah, it's not only the
cost.
cost. It's people come here, they actually want to better their life, whereas in England people don't even want to work. Half the people.
Pretty much all my staff have been over 6 months. I don't think obviously they get a day off each week. Other than that, they haven't taken a day off for sick days or anything like that, or being poorly.
Yeah.
And that says a lot. You know, in the UK it wouldn't be like that.
No way. Every day would be a sick day and a misery.
So here's the big
Matcha.
reveal.
Let's see.
I'm keen to hear your feedback on matcha. It's so popular.
For sure. Three key things that were difficult in opening a restaurant in Dubai. What were they?
It's hard to limit to 3.
Only three, bro.
The food, right? How do you create food, the menu itself, the recipe? I mean, I'm sitting there thinking avocado on toast. I've got
Avocado and toast.
I've got avocados in my hand. How much avocados do I use, and the pricing around that?
For sure.
The second thing I realised is probably P&L, right? Profit, because that is the most important thing. A good thing you mentioned to me, which stuck with me even today. Think of everything as a percentage, right? Because you're talking about not this amount of revenue. When you see it as a percentage, it becomes so much more interpretable. In terms of all your numbers, your food costs, okay, I'm not just spending an amount, because that amount, to be honest, means nothing. But when you compare the amount of percentage of your revenue, you can do so much more.
For sure. And third thing?
Third thing, I think staff is so important.
Finding the
Get the right people. Because if you don't, even if, I think, again, another thing, what you said today was something to me, even if there's just that slight faint thought in the back of your mind, I don't like this, don't like that, you're not 100% sure, it's not worth the risk. Don't take the risk and be 100% all in, commit, and hopefully then we all reap rewards. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.